lovelies, welcome back. Congratulations if you are a student nurse starting out this September. Now this video is in response to one question that my subscriber asked me, and here's the question there. What are the things you need for your placement? So here are the basic placement essential items that I'm recommending for a student who is going on their first ever nursing placement. Now before we continue, if you haven't subscribed yet, please click on the subscribe button, please like, please share, and please comment on this video. Oh dear, forgive my manners. I'm Winnie, a student nurse in the United Kingdom, and on this platform, I share my experiences as a student nurse. Let's get started, guys. So first things first, you need your uniform. Now your university will be providing you with this. At least they provide like 2 to 3 sets of uniforms, and make sure you're always putting on your uniform on placement. Another item you need is your ID card. Make sure you have your ID card in your bag because you need to be easily identified by patients as well as other staff members. You also need comfortable shoes, wipeable comfortable shoes like this. Now check with your university as well as your trust if shoes with lace is recommended. Generally it's recommended for you to have plain wipeable shoes, the ones without the lace, okay, just plain ones, but emphasis on the wipeable for infection prevention control. In case there's a spill on your shoe, you can easily wipe it, okay, with an antibacterial wipe or whatever is provided on the wards. But make sure it's also comfortable because trust me, at the end of the day, you might have walked 12,000 steps. So you need something comfortable for your soles and your heels. You also need a fob watch. Now, this is a watch that is worn upside down. This watch is generally used for you to check your heart rate, patient's heart rate, patient's respiratory rate, capillary refill time, and even when there is a clinical emergency, for you to track down time that interventions were offered to ensure that there is accurate documentation. So this is quite handy, recommended for you to get a fob watch. You also need a notebook as well as a black pen. Now, as a new student, even an old one, information is always passing on. There's always something new to learn, new information you haven't heard before, and it's always advised for you to jot down things for further study. So a plain book, and quite sizable, something that can also fit into your scrub pocket or your uniform pocket, whichever is provided, and then black pen. Personally, I like this pen because it has multicolors, so it's 2-in-1. It serves me the purpose of a black pen as well as an highlighter, so I can use the other colors to highlight important information so it stands out to me. But if you don't want this, make sure you get yourself lots of black pen as well as highlighters. Now, emphasis on the lots of black pens because black pens get lost many times on a shift. You also need your personal hygiene bits, and this is what I mean. Body spray, but make sure you check with your trust what their policy is regarding this. Generally, I go for neutral colors that wouldn't trigger patients, but make sure you find out what the policy is as to if this is allowed and in what areas it is allowed. So I always have this. I also have paper towels, hand cream, because you wash your hands regularly, and washing the hands regularly dries the skin. So a hand moisturizer is a must-have. A lip balm, don't mind me, I use my nipple cream, it serves the same purpose. So a lip balm. I like to have my sunscreen. I like to have a small purse where I can put in my sanitary bits like the pad, the tampons, whatever it is that you're comfortable with. I also ensure I have my medication supply, at least a sachet of paracetamol in case I go or I get a headache while on shift. I'm able to take paracetamol. So just this like first aid bits medication, I like to have this. I also like to have what I call my distressor, which is this tiny fidget toy. It helps me distress. I like to have it, just personal preference. I also recommend you have a water bottle. Now, this is non-negotiable. You need to stay hydrated during your shift. I like to go for a sizable one like this. This is currently 500 ml, but something that stands out for me is the time marker. So it it helps me stay on top of how much water I've had at any particular time in the day, and it reminds me of when I need to refill. If you don't mind having a 1.5 liter bottle or a 1 liter bottle, go for it. Okay, go for whatever you want, but make sure you have a water bottle to help you stay hydrated. I forgot to mention the compression socks. In addition to your comfortable shoes, it is recommended to have a compression socks because you're standing for a long period of time and you need to take care of yourself. So a compression socks, a pair of compression socks. Now you also need hair accessory, because you need to hold your hair above your, tie your hair above your shoulders like the way I have mine. But if you have long hair, you can use this to wrap it into a ponytail. So hair accessories like this. I like to have my hand sanitizer, although the wards generally would have a dispensing pump. But what if there is no sanitizer in the dispensing pump and you really need to sanitize your hand? That's where this comes in handy. So I always have a handy one that fits into my pockets. Something also important is your portable power bank. So you need a power bank to make sure your phone doesn't you don't run out of battery on your phone. Now you need your mobile phone to stay connected in case there's an emergency, somebody needs to reach you, or you need to reach someone, or you probably need to go home and you need to navigate your way using the Google map. You don't want to run out of battery, so this helps you. Okay. Now, speaking of transportation and getting home, do not forget your transport essentials like your railway card if you're going by train, your bus pass if you're going by bus, your credit card or your debit card. Make sure you have these things handy in maybe a purse. Make sure you always have it in your bag. Generally, I pack for placement the night before. Don't try packing your bits the morning before so you don't forget anything that is important. And you also need a study bag. I like to have a backpack like this that has compartments where I can fit in things, but also because it's wipeable, so I can wipe it clean for infection prevention control measures. So a sizable one. Some people prefer the tote bag, but do you, whatever is your preference. Okay. And I think that's all about the basics. Don't forget your phone. So that's the basic items you need for your placement. I hope this answered your question. Now, if you have any further questions, please leave it in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click on the subscribe button, like, share, and comment. And until we meet again, guys, this is me saying keep winning and enjoying life. And I love you guys. Bye.